Hey there. So what if you told yourself at the most difficult moments in time in life, when things are at their absolute worst, when impending doom was near, if you told yourself it's okay or it's going to be okay, what would happen? Well, at first you might not believe it. You might say, how could it possibly be okay? Look at this big thing that's happening right now. Look at the risk. Look at the impending doom, the peril. How could it possibly be okay? But if you kept telling yourself, it's okay, it's okay, it's going to be fine, you might actually start to believe it. And if you start to believe it, then you might actually behave in such a way that it enforces that belief. And the more you believe it and the more you behave that way, the more you begin to take control of things that you might have thought you don't have any control over whatsoever. Now, I'm not speaking pie in the sky, something I've never faced. I've faced some pretty big obstacles in my life, some things that people thought would take me out, and they tell you you got an 11% chance of survival. It's 11%. Most people focus on the other 89, and that's how they live. And I found myself having to tell myself, it's going to be okay. We're going to make it into that 11%. Odds weren't in my favor, and here I am. And I'm not just here. Yesterday we were very much celebrating because I had another blood test that showed that everything's at bay and all is good. And so it did turn out to be okay, but it didn't look like that. I have faced that in relationships. Lee and I's marriage faced some pretty big obstacles. Financially, we faced some pretty big obstacles in our life. All times, it didn't look like it was going to be okay. But at some point, you just say, it's going to be okay. Now, there are times that's not going to work. I get that. The plane's going down, all four engines are shut out. That's a moment that a lot of prayer comes in handy. But we don't know what happens in those types of things. But in the big struggles we have every day, if we tell ourselves it's going to be okay, and we shut out all the negative talk, I think as I've talked so much about in the last few weeks, the positive thoughts we think mean there's no room for the negative thoughts. The thought that it's going to be okay replaces the room for the thought that, oh my God, it's coming to an end. Gosh, what am I going to do? That goes away with, gosh, it's going to be okay. And that is critical. So if it's the state of the world that's got you worried, turn off the news. If it's the state of your own surroundings and what's happening in your life, focus on the good things that are going on. And in spite of all the negative stuff that can come at us from time to time, sometimes it feels like everything's coming at us at the same time. No matter how rough that is, take that approach. It's going to be okay. It is okay. And see what that does for you. No matter what happens, I think it'll be better than what would have happened without it. I hope this helps. Have a great, great, great day.